Hey, hello, Bula, Nwatya, and welcome. It's Mapa back to you live on a Monday evening here in Fairbanks, Alaska, from the comfort of my home. Um, I welcome you here. I hope that you've had a wonderful day, starting your week strong, um, with purpose and intention. Having being intentional. And thank you for finding time to just listen to my Go Live. And if you're watching the replay, do say hi. Put down replay, and I will get back to you and say hi. This is so. This is part of my business. If you're watching me for the first time, I'm originally from Fiji. I now live in Fairbanks, Alaska, still working full time as a registered nurse. And this is part of my business. This is part of my online business. And I like to say here that I love to help hardworking parents, immigrants, and people who are looking to earn online while enjoying life with integrity and also having more time with family. So today is it's going to be right to the truth about life and how the you know um, just simple truths. Maybe I should say that simple truths. So let me share you a hard truth. That might sting a little, but it could change everything for you. So here's the thing: no one. When I first thought of this, I was like, "Is this too harsh?" But you know what? It is the reality. And this is how it goes. No one is coming to rescue your future. I'm going to say this again. No one is coming to rescue your future. Why do I say that? You're probably wondering, why am I saying this to you? But here's the truth. Not your employer. They're not going to rescue your future. Not your economy. Not not the next election. Not even the people who love you most. That must be really hard, right? But and listen, this isn't harsh. I would say this is freeing. It is something spoken out of love, out of you know the experiences that I've had, and having to start this business has really opened my eyes to and perspective in having to build something on the side while working my full-time job. And like I said earlier, your employer uh, uh, will not rescue you for your future, because once you're retired, that's it. If you have a good retirement plan, good for you. But if you don't, then maybe this is something that an option that um, you might want to consider. And for me, I'm just going to share a little bit about myself, because now that I'm asking you all these questions, or I'm saying a few things that might hit hard, but the reality is, like, for me, for 13 years I worked in my previous employment before I moved here to Fairbanks. I didn't have that retirement. How do you say it? There was no retirement benefit for me, um, and that got me thinking. But I trusted God. Um, I cannot stress enough that God has been so faithful in my journey, my family, and even the job that I have as a nurse. But we always have to prepare ourselves, and that got me thinking all these years before I even moved here, that I need to build my retirement. Children are growing, getting older, and that was one thing that I prayed about. And so I wasn't looking for a business, to be honest. I wasn't looking for a business, but last year, actually not last year, 2024, yeah, I found this business, and it was like perfect timing. But was I scared? Yes, I was. Was I concerned? Yeah, I was. But I found that the business model, the way it was set up, is for people who are looking for, it is set up to help those who have no business background, who have no um, not even a degree in marketing or business. Anyone who wanted to learn to build a business up, and it became something that I figured, if it is working for so many people, why not give it a try? Took that bold step, came out of my comfort zone. Here I am, almost 2 years now into the business. And that is why I can boldly say here that, this isn't harsh. This is just freeing. It's coming from um, out of love, just speaking out of love and sharing that there are opportunities and options out there for those who are looking for that flexibility, that time freedom, financial stability, and earning with integrity is one big thing for me. And that I found in this business. So for a long time, many of us were taught to work hard, stay loyal, wait patiently, and hope everything will work out. But life teaches us something different. Yes, it teaches us something different, and that's where I shared about a little bit about my story. Your future doesn't respond to intentions; it responds to decisions. So the decision you make today is what will determine um, what the future has for you, whether it is your faith journey, whether it is a business journey, whether it is in your career journey. It responds to decisions, the decisions that we make now. And for me, I prayed about it, and I believed till this day that this was an open door and an answered prayer for me. Not just for me, because this is not only for me, it's for my family as well. So your future changes when you choose action over waiting. Sometimes things are delayed because we tell ourselves, I'll wait for the right moment. I'll wait for when I have, more finances to do this. I'll wait for when I'm retired, or I'll wait for when I feel confident. But your future changes when you choose action over waiting. So ownership over excuses, because when you start something, that you take ownership over it. And as for me, this is a business that I own, that is, it's now shared between me and my husband. That it's something that is ours. All these years we've worked for an employer, and we still are, but this business we have started on the side that becomes ours, and something that we can share with our loved ones, and at the same time helping others do the same. That is the amazing thing about it. I like to stress that, because helping others do the same is really gives us the joy to know that someone else is living their best life, because they have started this, because they have made that decision, whether they were prepared or not, because there's so many options that you can select from. And so we pray for breakthrough. Here's the thing, we pray for breakthrough, but sometimes we avoid discipline. We want that breakthrough, but we try to get away from discipline. Like, how am I going to um, get to that breakthrough? We need some discipline. Sometimes there are things in our lives, or in our journey, that we need to let go and hold on to the things that will get us across. And that reminds me of, our the series that we are having right now at my church, the crossover. It just reminds me of that. Like, we need that discipline to get to our breakthroughs. And so we want security, but delay the steps. So we want to wait for the right moment. We want to make sure that everything is, according to how you want it. If you have like, if you're someone who likes a checklist, who wants everything checked before you make the decision, it may not happen at all. Like, there has to be something that is not right, that is not according to what you know your uh, what you want. But you know but delay, but it delays the steps. The more we try to overthink it, the more we try to keep waiting and delaying our decisions, it just delays getting to your breakthroughs. And the other thing is, we hope things change while repeating the same thing. So, um, how nothing changes if nothing changes. And that's to say that, if we really want change, then we need to change something. We need to be uncomfortable to make that change happen. We need to come out of that comfort zone and make that change. Because if we hope for that change and we are doing the same things, it is never going to change. Change will not come about. Just repeating the same pattern, but wanting to change. And so here's, like, I like to say that here's the wake up call that that really shifted my life, that really shifted the way I look at how this business has been a blessing as well. Because God gives vision, and we steward it. He has given us the skills, He has given us wisdom to be good stewardship, have good stewardship over the visions that He gives us, that we applied in a way that is aligned, in a way that is right, and we take ownership of it and be good stewards. Also, opportunity shows up. Opportunity shows up, and we must move. When opportunities show up, let's not doubt ourselves. Let's not, ask. It's good to ask questions, but we must realize that we prayed about it, we hoped for it, and when the opportunity shows up, let's move. Let's take that step. And also, the door opens. What happens when the door opens? We have to walk through it. When there's an open door, God is allowing us to walk through it in faith, with confidence, and understanding that that you don't have to figure it all out on your own, because there's so many people that are willing to help you. There's guidance, there's mentorship in this business journey. That really gave me the confidence to know that it is working, because we are helping each other, we are encouraging each other, and so when the door opens, we have to walk through it, as slow as it is, or as fast as you can, but walk through it and take one step, one obedient step, one faithful step at a time. So I like to say that faith isn't passive. Faith moves. We have faith, we take that action, it does definitely move. When you do it intentionally and you do it with purpose and with integrity. And this is exactly why I stopped waiting for my job to secure my future. That is exactly what happened. Why I chose to learn new skills, computer skills, so much that I have learned here. And why I chose ownership instead of hoping. We have to take those steps of faith to make those bold decisions, instead of hoping, because nothing changes if nothing changes. And no employer is responsible for your financial future. It's so true that, like I said, You've worked your many years, no matter how many years you worked, so many 30 plus years. But when it time comes for you to retire, you have someone else that will replace you. Whatever you have, it's great if you have a good retirement plan, um, and a good, if you had your budget. But it is life is getting more expensive. Things are changing. What costed the cost of certain things now was not the same 10, 20 years ago. So that will continue to change. And so, how are we preparing ourselves? The employer will not hold our hands until we are secured, like giving us a package. If you have a good retirement package, great. But if you're someone that does not have a great retirement package, when you're done with work, that you go home with what you have. And not to say that, but uh, this is just to say the reality of things. But God has already placed options, ideas, and opportunities in your hands, and people that have created a business model like this one, who are thinking of people. When the founders created this business, they were not thinking of themselves. They thought of the many people that will be helped through the way they have set this up. And and they wanted us to share this, because they have gone through that struggle. And so many people who have gone through the same struggle have started and have done so well that they're living their best lives, giving back to the community and helping more people do the same. So this is an encouragement. This is definitely the hard truth, but it's also freeing. I'm just saying this again because it is freeing to say that it's always good to say what is the truth. And because sometimes we always say the truth hurts, but it definitely is the truth. And the power to change your future has been in your hands all along. It has been there. God has given us wisdom, and skills, has given us gifts. And it's for us to utilize it. It's for us to make those decisions that we know will take care of us, that we know will secure us in our faith journey, whether it's business journey, career journey, but life in general. And so the power to change your future has been in your hands all along. And that is powerful. Like, you have been given the authority to take control of your future and not depend on someone else to do that for you. So if this hit different for you, if this hit different for you, put it down for yourself. Write it down there, write it on a paper, or and tell yourself that you are made for more, that you are capable. And so here's a question that I'd like to ask. What are you taking responsibility for today? What are you taking responsibility for today? So I'll let you answer that for yourself. Something to think about, something to share with one that you know who needs to hear this. And I hope that this has really stirred something, nudged you a little bit, and given you a reminder that yes, there are options. And all you have to do is step into it, ask, research, ask more questions, and make that decision, because whatever decision today is what determines the future for you and your family. So that is all from me. I hope that I have given some ideas, or have asked some hard questions here and some hard points that I know has hit me too, and that is why I'm sharing it here with you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, evening, whatever time zone you're watching me from. From Vinaka Fayexia, and God bless. And don't forget, this is my website here. If you want to check out my business page. You can sign up here. It's www.mayliveaid.com.